Does your teenager struggle with reading? Has he or she always struggled with reading? Is it comprehension or fluency that he or she struggles with the most? Maybe both? I can relate. Now, I can read pretty fast, but sometimes I miss key details that would cost me points on a test or an assignment. This would happen especially if I wasn't interested in the reading. However, when I got to college and took my education courses, I loved the material and excelled in the courses. Hi, my name is Stena Schmitt, and I run Saints Training and Tutoring. I find that when students are interested in the material, they learn better. The ACT shouldn't be any different. In fact, I have taught special education for several years before I started tutoring, and even high school students have struggled with reading. One of my juniors, who loves books about vampires, didn't think she was qualified to read the Twilight books because she thought she would never get through it. However, when I would listen to her read, she decoded or sounded out the words just fine. Most of the students that I work with who have struggled with reading focus on the effort of sounding out the words instead of focusing on the details in the story. This is why I produced this video, Creating an ACT Reading Program. In this video, I teach you how to use your own materials to ace the ACT reading test and how to interact with the reading. Not only will you use your own materials, but also learn how to ask yourselves questions as you read. Parents are concerned with test anxiety. By using your own materials, you can relieve test anxiety by creating habits that you do every day. So when it comes to the ACT, you will be answering questions in your sleep. So the ACT will be a breeze. I will go over each passage that's on the ACT reading test, how to pick materials to fit each passage, and how to interact with the reading. Let's get started. There are 4 passages on the ACT reading test. The nice thing is, the passages never change, and neither does the order. So you get to pick the passage that you like the best and start there. When you start with something that you already like, you are building confidence and relieving test anxiety from the beginning. That's the best part. The order goes like this. It starts with prose fiction, then social science, next is humanities, and finally natural science. It really doesn't matter what you read as long as you read and follow the guidelines that I give you. As you're picking your own materials, you will pick materials that interest you. So you'll actually want to learn the material better. Just pick stories that are a slight challenge for you to read. Not too much of a challenge, just a slight challenge. Follow the guidelines I give you, because the more you read, the better you will get. And as long as you keep raising the bar, you'll get closer and closer to how the ACT will be really like. Let's start with prose fiction and talk about the materials you're going to need. Prose fiction is a fictional book, which means that it's not true. So when you're picking stories, you're going to pick stories that are novels, classics, or short stories. Just remember as you're picking these stories that a narrator is telling the story and the main character has a problem to solve. Social science deals with social studies, so you get to pick your favorite part of history and your favorite social issue. For me, I like history in the areas of World War II and education issues, but that's just me. Now, if you struggle with finding certain parts of history or social issues, go to the ERIC database. You can Google it, and you will find lots of journal articles. The best part about using journal articles is because it will be written at a higher level. Just be careful not to put your opinion on the topic, because the ACT doesn't care about your opinion. Instead, they try to trick you by putting opinion answers in the answer choices. Now that you know, you will not be tricked. The humanities deals with the arts. So if you are a person that likes art, drama, literature, and music, this one is for you. Just pick biographies of famous people in these areas and you will do great. Remember my biggest success story? Well, I directed him towards People magazine, and guess what? He did wonderful. He focused on watching the articles and reading for information according to how the author treated the person they were writing about. That is one of the ways that you can learn how the ACT will question you. This is also dealing with relationships of different people as well, because you know actors and actresses and musicians, they always have a crazy life. The same goes for the ACT. They focus on the relationships of the characters. This would be a good study tip for you. Finally, natural science. If you are taking a science class in these areas of biology, chemistry, earth science, astronomy, and technology, you are also studying for the ACT reading test. Just read your textbook and you can do two things at once. Now I know some of you may be on summer break or spring break or not have access to a textbook, and that's okay. Go to your local library and pick out a nonfiction science-related book and you'll do great. Another one of my students actually has read her dad's chiropractic books because she's interested in the medical field. Like I said before, it doesn't matter what you read, as long as you continue to read and focus on certain areas, such as asking yourselves questions as you read. Focus on key details, the author's purpose, or why did the author write the story, sequencing or order of events, the relationship between characters, are they good, are they bad, and the basic plot. See if you can describe the plot like you would see a movie trailer. It's the same principle. You're reading stories that are a slight challenge for you, so pick words that you do not know and define them. These will be your vocabulary words. Make an effort to use these words on a regular basis, because the more you use them, the more at ease you will be at using them. The ACT reading test also focuses on vocabulary, but their answer choices includes synonyms and antonyms that are as high a difficulty as the word they're trying to describe. So you need to pick a lot of words in order to get at the same level of the ACT. I hope you've really enjoyed this video, and if you need to go back and rewatch some parts, that's okay too. Stay tuned for the top rules of English and grammar on the ACT, which is the next video. And if you need any more information about what I can do for you or my other students, contact me, Stena Schmitt, at the information below. I hope you have really enjoyed this video, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Again, stay tuned for the next video, the top rules of English and grammar, and I will see you then. This is Stena Schmitt, signing off.